scene. Now, as always, I'm your host, Chuck Stevenson, here again with another fight review. This time, we're going to One Championship Unstoppable Dreams. The main event of the evening, coming from Singapore, was Angela Unstoppable Lee versus Mei Yamaguchi. This was a rematch from 2 years ago, and a fight that was originally scheduled for November, but was moved up until just this past weekend. The one atomweight champion, Angela Lee, had been in a car wreck back in, November or whatever. So this fight got moved back, because it was supposed to be, I think, back in November or December. Anyway, on to the fight. I actually think this fight was, their first fight was a very good fight, very back and forth, excellent fight. I actually think this fight was even closer than their first. Angela Lee came out, and before we go into this, I want to clarify that I'm going to break it down a little bit round by round, but One Championship does not score their fights by round. They score it using basically the old Pride scoring system, which is basing the fights on a whole with an emphasis given to fighters who try to finish the fights. They brought in Matt Hume, who helped write the fight rules for Pride, is what One Championship did. So these fights are not judged by a whole. These fights are not judged round by round. They're judged by a whole. But I am going to break it down a little bit round by round because it just helps the flow a little bit easy. First round, Angela Lee definitely was getting the better in the striking and the clinch, definitely using her size to her advantage. So at the end of the first round, I had it Angela Lee. But Mei Yamaguchi, let me tell you something. I am not a big fan of fighters who rely on the overhand right a lot, because mostly it's just a sloppy technique that fighters throw. A lot of times it's out of desperation, and it's usually, I wouldn't call it an actual skill. I will, however, say that Mei Yamaguchi is an exception to this rule, because this girl can find an opening for it over and over again, and she did it throughout every round of this fight. She was finding openings for the overhand right, and she was darting in and out of it. You can tell she has a karate background, just the way she darts in and out, almost like Machida-like, to land this overhand right. And Angela Lee had little to no real defense for it. So after the first, I still had Lee ahead. Second round was a lot more of the same. Third round was when it started to turn around. Yamaguchi started to come up a little bit, finding better strikes. And then the fourth and fifth round was when Yamaguchi really came around. She scored a couple knockdowns. She actually caught a high kick and straight up knocked Angela Lee on her back. And Mei, when this fight, leading up to this fight, I was thinking, if you look at the last fight, Yamaguchi had a very strong third round, and then gassed hard for the fourth and fifth, and I was worried she would do the same. And it was kind of the opposite. She actually came on, took a break in the first couple rounds, a little bit to her detriment because she came on a little bit too late, but she came on really strong in the fourth and fifth rounds, very hard. And I honestly, if this were round by round, it would have been even closer, because I would say Mei Yamaguchi definitely took the fourth and fifth rounds if you were scored round by round. Now, going by the whole fight scoring, I do give it to Angela Lee, but it was razor thin. I think her submission attempts were a lot closer than the round knockdowns that Mei Yamaguchi got. I think that Mei Yamaguchi... So, things to work on. I'm going to move straight into things to work on. Okay, Angela Lee is not going to get any really good true contenders in One Championship. Mei Yamaguchi has fought as low as atomweight. And from everything that I've heard, and reports and rumors, if they're true, Angela Lee barely makes the one atomweight, which is 115 limit. and apparently she is an exception to the rule about no actual, like, dehydration. And I can believe it, because when you compare these two side by side, not just height, but in width and overall bulkiness, they look about 2 weight classes apart. Angela Lee has actually talked about moving up to the one strawweight division, which is 125. Which, hey, she might actually find some competition there. Xiong Jingnan would definitely be some true competition, so we'll find out. But yeah, I think she's got it easy in one. She hasn't made in one. She'll probably never leave one. So she's one of these people. I predict Angela Lee is going to be one of these shoulda, coulda, woulda fighters. What if situations. Mei Yamaguchi. Some people are calling her over the hill, and people are saying, "What the heck? How did Angela Lee perform so bad? How is this so close against an over-the-hill fighter?" Mei Yamaguchi might be 35, but she's not over the hill, okay? She's always been a legit contender at 105, and definitely at 105, and sometimes 115. Okay? Anyone that says she's over the hill, I don't think you know what you're talking about, really. And that's a very strong opinion, but hey, I'm a strongly opinionated person. If you think Mei Yamaguchi is over the hill, I don't know what to say. Just because she's 35, so there's some doofus on YouTube whose name I won't say. I don't want you to go to his channel. I don't want you to get many views. But he was saying, Angela Lee's an A-level fighter. Why are they giving her a C-level fighter in Mei Yamaguchi? Well, A-level fighters don't constantly get caught by overhand rights, especially if that's the best offensive strike and really the only good offensive strike that an opponent has standing. A-level fighters don't get dropped by C-level fighters. A-level fighters don't go to razor-thin decisions with C-level fighters. So, either Mei Yamaguchi's not a C-level fighter, Angela Lee's not an A-level fighter, or both. I'm going to say both. I don't think Angela Lee is an A-level fighter. I don't think she has fought the competition to prove that she's an A-level fighter. And Mei Yamaguchi is certainly not as low as a C-level fighter. She's been in there with some very good fighters like Megumi Fujii and done. She's never been finished. She is, let me look up her record real quick. She's 17, 11, and 1 now after this fight. So she has 11 losses, and she's never been finished. Okay? C-level fighters get finished in losses. C-level fighters don't go 11 losses without getting finished. Period. So take from that what you will. Matches to make. Angela Lee, I don't know. I mean, the One Championships division's kind of weak. They don't really have any good contenders right now. Most of the atomweight fighters there are actual atomweights, whereas Angela Lee is not an actual atomweight. She is a big strawweight. And I'm not talking about, by one's terms. I'm talking about in everywhere else outside of one terms. Angela Lee is a big strawweight. She's a big 115-pounder. Probably should fight at 125. Everyone else in one's atomweight division is an actual atomweight, pretty much. Jenny Huan was an actual atomweight. Mei Yamaguchi is not an actual atomweight. The only fight in one championship right now that has more than one win right now is Hartati Lambangal, I think her name is. I did a fight review for her. She's not ready for a fight against Angela Lee. That girl is tiny as heck, and she would just get eaten up by Angela Lee, which is probably what one championship wants anyway. Matches to make for Mei Yamaguchi, again, it's hard to say. I'm guessing she's stuck in an exclusive contract with one. One sec. So, who do they match her up with? They could rematch her against Estella Nunes, who she lost the decision against. It's hard to say. They could put her up against, I don't know. One's division is very shallow right now. They could probably they're probably going to have to bring in fighters for both of them. Or Angela Lee could move up, and they'll probably give her an immediate, not probably, they most likely would give her an immediate title shot against one strawweight champion, Jingdan Shang, or excuse me if you're Chinese, Shang Jingnan. So guys, let me know what you think about this fight. Personally, I thought it was a very excellent fight. I thought it was a lot closer than their first fight. I think I said that already. But let me know what you think about this fight in the comments below. And if you haven't already, and I think most people who watch these videos have, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to WMMA Scene now, the fastest growing and soon to be the best women's mixed martial arts platform on YouTube. Have a good night, guys.